A little while ago, author and lecturer Robert McKee was in the country conducting his famous screenwriting workshops. Some of his students include writer-director Spike Jonze and Alan Ball, the Academy Award-winning writer of American Beauty. The movie show caught up with McKee while he was in town.
Having directed, you see, something over 60 plays, and having acted in as many, and taken my initial steps when I was very young at playwriting, you learn from the inside out. As a director, you've got to unravel what the writer's done. As an actor, you've got to get on the inside and bring it to life. You learn sort of the essence of story, which for too many writers, their educations have not really equipped them to tell story, and they're going to have to fumble and stumble to their way until they finally realize that at heart it is simply a form in which life is thrown out of balance by events, chosen or coincidental, that arouses in a human being the desire to put life back into balance. Well, take, for example, two Hollywood films. One called American Beauty by Alan Ball, the other called Being John Malkovich by Charlie Kaufman. Both of these are Hollywood films, realized on the screen beyond the writer's vision. Wonderfully directed, beautifully acted, wonderfully produced, relatively high-budget films for their genres, and these are Hollywood films. And the writer got what he wanted on the screen. So, and these, I think American Beauty is not just the film of that year, it was the film of the decade. It expressed a vision of what I call the great emptiness, the great hollow, empty heart of American culture and society, that so many Americans feel, that we know we're very successful materially, but we all have this deep sense that there's something missing.
I quit! Someone pass the asparagus.
And I want to thank you for putting me under the added pressure of being the sole breadwinner now.
I already have a job.
No, don't give a second thought as to who's going to pay the mortgage. We'll just leave it all up to Carolyn. You mean you're going to take care of everything now, Carolyn? Yes, I don't mind. I really don't. You mean everything? You don't mind having the sole responsibility? Your husband feels he can just quit his job and you don't...
Will someone please pass me the asparagus?
I'm not going to be a part of this.
Sit down!
And Being John Malkovich, of course, is a wonderful expression of a very similar idea. All of the characters in Malkovich are people who are not happy inside their own skins. They don't like who they are, they don't like what they are, they don't like their lives, and they want to escape out of the suffocating world in their own skins and their own identities even, into a new identity. If possible, be a movie star. Being John Malkovich, who's a cool movie star, you know?
Mr. Malcolm, sir, with all due respect, I discovered that portal. I mean, it's my livelihood, do you understand?
It's my head, Schwartz! It's my head!
Writers want to write, we hope, wonderful films, fine, but they also want $1.5 million for that screenplay. Now, if you write a wonderful film and you're willing to settle for a mere $50,000, then take it to the American Independents. And they'll make that film and pay you $50,000, and it might come out to be a Boys Don't Cry, but they want their cake and eat it too. They want to write Boys Don't Cry, and they want $1.5 million from Paramount. Well, you can't have it both ways. The difference between a good film and a great film is the director. But the difference between a good film and no film is the writer. And in the beginning, somebody starts with a blank page and tradition, their talent, their knowledge, and they have an insight into human nature, into society, or both, that is somehow fresh and revealing. And then they find a vehicle for that insight to express it through these characters and their lives and their struggle to put life back into balance. But the heart of it, to make a film of real quality, is that somebody had, to begin with, a wonderful idea.
And that was Robert McKee, who was in Australia recently lecturing on the art of screenwriting.